Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing a deep stretch for sore muscles. So I am actually currently sore and I thought it would just be nice to just stretch it all out. So go ahead and take some deep breaths in this seated position. So now we're going to gently come out and come onto our all fours. So take your time, check your alignment. You want your hips over your knees and you want your shoulders over your wrists. So just keeping everything engaged, nice and strong. Take some deep breaths and slowly release into a child's pose. We're going to start with our child's pose a bit closed. Now go ahead and take your knees wider to the edges of your mat, and again just sink in and breathe it all out. So now we're going to come up and get ready to do some rotations in the hips, in the glutes, taking 5 clockwise on each side. And the other side. After this, we're going to do one more set. So back to our left side, taking 5 rotations, and you should definitely start feeling the burn. So once we finish our hip rotations, I want you to take another child's pose with your knees together. Alright guys, now you're going to slowly make your way into pigeon pose. So taking my right leg forward and my left leg back, sitting upright. I'm just taking some rotations here if that feels good. And you can also use your blocks, as I'm doing here, to stay upright in this stretch. And really just breathe it all out. With each deep breath, you just want to see if you can get deeper into the stretch. You can get rid of the blocks as well, come onto your forearms. Remember, this is a stretch for sore muscles, so yes, this is going to feel somewhat, uncomfortable, but this is what our body needs when it's sore. Now we're going to come up and switch sides. You can just take a minute to breathe it out and then get into your pigeon pose on your other side. Same as before, just holding up before we reach for the blocks. And once again, you can get rid of the blocks, come onto your forearms. It's really important to try and hold these stretches for longer than 20 to 30 seconds, just so your muscles can really relax. So we're now going to come out of this stretch and give our hips a bit of a break. You can shake it out. We're going to focus on some upper back and shoulder stretching. So just as I'm doing here. Now you just want to lean over to the side a little bit, just to get a slightly deeper stretch, and release. I'm now going to take 5 rotations with my arm, nice and slow. And the other side, stretching out the elbow first, the upper back, the shoulder. Nice. Now we're going to come into our puppy pose and get a really nice stretch through our chest, upper back and shoulders. Taking some deep breaths here with your forehead on the mat. So I'm going to now thread my right arm through, and again just breathe it all out. We're really trying to get into all of our muscles today because they're sore. So if it's in your practice or your range of motion, you can take that hand behind and tuck it into your inner thigh and release. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Thread our left arm through. So this is my my more sore side. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling it more. Just trying to find some adjustments that are comfortable for me. And again, you can take a bind if this is in your practice and you want to get a deeper stretch in your shoulder. And release. Now just give yourself a hug and just say hello to those muscles that we just stretched. Roll them out. Now we're going to get our blocks again, and we're just going to do a folded arm puppy pose. So just like this, taking some deep breaths. And take one more deep breath before we come out of this stretch. Take your time here and come onto a seat as we head into a figure 4 stretch, taking your left leg over first. You can use a block in this stretch to, intensify it, make it a bit deeper, or you can just put your foot on the floor as usual. But whatever you do, just breathe here. Now gently switch over. Now as you slowly release, we're just going to sit with our legs crossed, and I'm just going to move the blocks to the side, shuffle back a little bit, and take my arms out, get a nice deep release in the back. So from here, I'm going to slowly come up and take my legs out in front of me and then come into a straddle. So you want to get comfortable here. You don't need to be in your widest straddle, and we're just going to stretch over to the right. And let's take the stretch over to our left side. Nice, so we're almost done, and we're going to come onto our back. We're just going to hug our knees towards our chest a little bit. Just breathe it out. And now we're going to come into our half butterfly. So the leg that is out, you just want to engage it, engage your core, engage your glutes, keep that leg nice and strong. You should definitely be feeling that stretch in your inner thighs. And I'm going to do the other side, but I'm quite close to the wall, so I'm just going to shuffle around just like this and take the same stretch. So bring my left leg towards me and take my right out and feel that stretch. You want to keep your lower back on the floor here. Now I'm going to come onto my chest. So I'm going to lay on my front. We're going to go for a back bend. So engaging your glutes nice and strong. You want to gently lift up. So my hands are in line with my chest. And engaging my glutes, lifting up, keeping my glutes engaged. Taking a deep breath and coming back down. We're going to do this 2 more times. On this lift, feel free to bring your knee up to stretch your hip flexor more. This is also like a really good stretch to build like your back flexibility. Always keep your glutes engaged. And coming into a child's pose, of course. Really take some deep breaths in this child's pose. We're going to come out and slowly come into one of our last stretches. This is going to be a nice deep hip flexor stretch. So you're going to place a block under your knee if this feels good. If not, you can just do this on the floor. And we're going to hold this stretch. This is such a good stretch. I mean, it's intense, but it's really good. And switch sides. So we're now going to come into a hamstring stretch, and we're just going to make this stretch nice and active. So you're going to actually be pulling your foot towards you and engaging your muscles, really feeling the hamstring. And then we're going to relax, and then we're going to engage for 5 to 6 seconds and relax again. And again, switch sides. And now we're going to take a seat with our legs out in front of us and just come into a last nice deep hamstring stretch. You can keep your knees bent and then slowly but surely straighten your legs. Well done. If you made it this far, well done to you for doing something amazing for your body, stretching out your sore muscles. This is exactly what they need. They need to be stretched out in a deep and gentle way. So well done, and I'll see you in my next video.